What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. I'm back with another reaction video, and this time we have Brandon Hart. So for any of you new to the channel, I am a huge, Tom McDonald fan is where it started, but now it's become an HOG fan, really, because that encompasses Brandon Hart and Nova Rockefeller, and now Polar Bear, and so many other people like that are part of our community who are musically inclined. But it really started with Tom and Brandon. And my introduction was to Tom first. If you've been here a while, you already know that. But I am behind on the Brandon train, regretfully. So I am now part of his Patreon, though. I've been to like a handful of his live concerts now, and he's just such a good individual. He's so talented, and I believe that his music deserves attention. And so that's what we're doing today. I've done a few of his songs. I think the first song I ever heard was Wave. And I I love that song. It's still probably one of my favorite all-time Brandon songs. He has a song with Tom and Nova actually called This Time. I think it's off the Campfire album. I think it actually was on a different album too, but the Campfire album, well, I have both of them, so it doesn't matter. But it's an amazing song. Like, that song gets me in the feels so much. I love it. And I always love seeing them together because it's like, they were kind of like the OGs of Hangover Gang, really. And I enjoy Brandon as a person and as an artist. And so I think I've done Dreams, we've done Dad Bod, Point Across, like we've on the Bitter Betty podcast. If you're not familiar with my two besties, we have a podcast channel / reaction channel. So we cover music, politics, comedy, all sorts of things. We got a lot of stuff over there. Go check it out. Bitter Betty podcast. But we have done some Brandon songs as well, and so I wanted to bring some more to my channel, and this one stuck out to me in 1997 because while I might have been born in the 80s, I was, I grew up in the 90s, so, the 90s made me, right? Like, that was that was more my teen and early, 20s years, so, very exciting. Well, I guess it was my teen years, yeah. And 1997, I was 15 years old, and this song is not called 1997. And I was like, I gotta hear what this is, because I love anything from the 90s. Like, as you get older, you become very nostalgic about those times in your life, and so this just seemed like a good one to pick. I have no idea what to expect. I love the fact that Brandon can rap and sing. He's super versatile in that way, so I never really know what to expect, and I always appreciate that. And I've never heard a song from him that sounded like another song he did, and I really like that too. It's a rare quality to find. So now that I've gone on way too long, I'm long-winded today for some reason. I don't know. It's been a long week, guys, a long week. But we are here now, and I'm super excited to hear this song by Brandon Hart called 1997. He actually has an online concert tonight that I cannot wait for. It's going to be super fun. So this is super exciting. Okay. I'm done babbling. Let's go.
I still remember when we moved here. Was in the middle of the school year, and I was different. That much I know. I ate my lunches in the staircase, and I tried to keep a brave face for my sister. She took the move harder than me. Aww. And I would walk by myself every day back home until one day they...
So it sounds like to me that he has just moved to wherever he is, and he's starting in the middle of the school year. Obviously, that's what he says. But, like, it's really hard to move in the middle of the school year. I never personally experienced that because I grew up in the same place my whole life. I went to school with most of the same people from elementary school through high school. But because I live next door to an Army base, and I mean, like, literally, we're basically the same place, just one is the base and the other is the town. I made a lot of friends that came and went. And so we did have people that would come in the middle of the school year, or we would have new faces every year, and it was always hard for them. But I'm one of those people, like, I know what it's like to be bullied and feel like the outcast and not belong. And so I always kind of went out of my way for those people to like befriend them because it's tough, you know? And so while I cannot personally relate to the feeling of having to move around a lot or move to a new school in the middle of a school year, I do know that those people did have a challenging time. So I, I already know that there's so many people who probably relate to this song.
For my sister, she took the move harder than me. And I would walk by myself every day back home until one day they invited me along to go with them. Not caring where we go, cause I wasn't alone. I don't care where we're going, as long as you're with me. I'll never feel like I'm alone. Don't care where we're moving, if we're together, it'll always feel like we're at home. I still remember when we moved here, was in the middle of the school year, a million miles from where I was born. I didn't mind that we moved away. I didn't have friends there anyway, but the ones I did have, I still talk to today. And I would lay in the grass, turn the radio on, stare at the sky to find where I belong. Close my eyes and drift away in those songs. I don't care where we're going, as long as you're with me. I'll never feel like I'm alone. Don't care where we're moving, if we're together, it'll always feel like we're at home. I always knew that one day we'd end up here. You can always find your way home. I always knew that one day I'd see things clear. You are never alone. I don't care where we're going, as long as you're with me. I'll never feel like I'm alone. Don't care where we're moving, if we're together, it'll always feel like we're at home.
I absolutely love this chorus. Like this song is so hitting me in the feels. Because while I don't know what it's like to move somewhere in the middle of a school year or start over somewhere, I do remember being a young kid going through school and like clinging on to the few close friends I did have because like in a whole world that made me feel like I was the weirdo, that I wasn't good enough, that I constantly had to earn the right to be treated, with kindness. Those few people made all the difference. I had someone beside me. I had someone, in the mornings when we would stand outside, like they're the ones who kept me from feeling alone. The other weirdos that embraced me for who I was. And while it was kind of a double-edged sword because after I started playing sports and did cheerleading regretfully for a while, it's like eventually because I had some athletic talent, people all of a sudden were treating me a little bit differently and looking at me a little bit differently. And I definitely didn't get bullied not as much or made fun of as much because like I could do something other people couldn't, and I could do it pretty well. And I still have a lot of bitterness and resentment for that because it's like I literally, I wasn't good enough until I proved that I had something special to offer. And so those few people who I may not talk to now, a lot of people I do, I'm still pretty good friends with a lot of people I grew up with. And then, you know what? I'm even closer to some people who I didn't necessarily get along with as much in school. Now, as we're older, we're really good friends. And those few people, like, who truly did accept me for me made all the difference and made me feel like I wasn't alone. And that's kind of what got me through. So, like, I really just really love this song so much.
I don't care where we're going, as long as you're with me.
Mm. Nice work to Christian Ekman and Devin Locke for this great video. This was stellar. It definitely kind of took me back. Like, when was the last time you saw the inside of a school gym, right? Or going up and down the stairs. Ugh, Lord have mercy. Everything but elementary school was like a two-story for me. So um, I've seen those staircases many a times. Uh, the lockers, the hallway, and now looking back at it as being 41, almost 42, um, man, is that nostalgic. Especially I was in the early years of high school in 97. So, I wonder if 97 is when he moved to wherever it was he moved. If this, I'm assuming he wrote this from some kind of personal place, or something that happened to him, because I find that he puts a lot of himself in his music. They're kind of like with Tom and even Nova, a lot of their music tends to be like a diary, like an open diary for people to read. And so I would be interested to know, Brandon, if you ever see this, if this is a true story about you, if this happened really. And uh that's it's tough to move to a new place, but I'm glad that apparently you did find people that took you in and you weren't alone, because that's a rough place to be, for sure. This was beautiful. I love the whole concept. I think you sound incredible as usual. That's never in question. I thought the lyrics were excellent, and I think you did a really, really good job. Love this so much. This is for sure going on the playlist. Right in the feels, man. Uh, if y'all liked this, which I know you did, leave a like, leave a comment below if there's a Brandon song or video that you want me to do. I do have his album, so now I've heard a lot of his music as I make my way through the albums. So there's probably some stuff in here that I have heard, but like I haven't seen the video to. I still want to do that. So leave me some suggestions, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe and go check out Brandon's channel. Give him a sub. Follow him on socials, and please join the Patreon. We have a lot of fun over there. We got some really cool exclusive stuff you can't see or get anywhere else, including merch, guys. So join the Patreon. Go subscribe to Brandon Hart, and I will catch y'all in the next one.